Is it on N64? No, is it on Gamecast?
You got this shit on Gamecast?
No, dude, it's not on Gamecast. Richie is on PS5.
Sorry,
It's
dog.
2026. That thing's on, that thing's on, that thing's on. 4 dudes, 3 dads, and a single guy just trying to get through life. This is the Fully Lacking Podcast, episode 69, baby.
Yeah.
I am your host, Drew. This is your other host, Richie and Zach. And behind the cameras, behind the board, the fourth leg to this horse we're on, none other than Producer Blue. We are your Fully Lacking team. What's up, everybody?
What up?
What's up? What's up?
Yo.
We out here. Yeah, maybe we lost some files.
We in here.
But it doesn't matter because today is July 14th and we are live, baby, and we are in the vibe. You know what I mean? But like we do at the beginning of every episode, what time is it, boys?
Story of the day.
And today it's with me, your boy, Drewski. I got a story of the day. It's a banger. I think it's a little bit old, but y'all got to listen to this, okay?
All right, let's do
so
it.
there's a couple. I'm not going to say where they're at, but basically they're being expected for a holiday. Like family's waiting for them. They don't show up. Holiday passes. Family checks on them. Nobody answers phones, blah, blah, blah. So they end up calling the police. The police go to do a welfare check, right? The door is answered by the man of the house, the son, the husband of the people, right? And he's like out of it, and his face is scratched up, and like they're like, "Hey, what's going on? Your family's worried." And while he's talking, the cops look through the window, and they very much see a person on the couch, right? They can see a person on the couch. It looks like a female, and they're like, "Where's your wife?" And he's like, "Oh, she's taking a nap on the couch." Like, can we check on her? And he's like, I guess, sure. But he's like super labored when he's talking. He's like out of it. So they walk in. She is unalived. And she has been unalived for a while, for a couple days, for sure, right? And so immediately the cops arrest him. They take him in. And they start asking him questions. And they interrogate him for a while. And he doesn't know what's going on. He's like, his answers aren't making sense. They're like, so she just took a nap? And he's like, yeah, she took a nap. And you can see in the interrogation like that he's like trying to figure out what's going on. And then he goes, oh, yeah, some people came over and they shot me in the head twice. And I fell down and then she took a nap because she tried to fight them off too. But when I woke up, they were gone. And I just want to get my stuff back. So this cop is like, this dude killed his wife.
Yeah.
They must have been in a fight. That's how his face got messed up. This dude killed his wife. And his story is consistent. He keeps telling them, no, man, like, they shot me, bro. They shot me and, you know what I mean, all this stuff and that. Hours later, the cop is like, you know what, we're going to book him for murder, right? And when the cop is standing up, he looks and he's like, come here. And you can see in the interrogation. And he's like, I'll be right back. Bro, he has 4 gunshot wounds in his head. He was shot. These guys, his old roommate, broke into the house and they shot him and they killed the girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he survived.
He was so mentally out of it because of the shots.
Because he got shot in the face, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
They said they shot him in the eye and all this stuff. So the guy went on to make somewhat of a full recovery, but because there was such brain damage for so long, he now has to stay with his parents. You know, he's not able to really do much, but he survived gunshots to the face and head.
Yeah.
And
That's insane.
I was watching this story. I was watching the guy tell it, and I was like, what the? Because if you're watching the interrogation, that guy looks as guilty as OJ was, bro.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, she just
And
laid
then-
down.
Because that's how everybody goes in, though. Everybody kind of like just goes in, like they try to just play it off, like, man, I ain't doing nothing, have their head down. And I've seen this interrogation, and homie's the same way, man. He's just like he's busted up in the head, bro. And he's like really out of it. And he's telling them, he's like, I have a headache. Like I think he's letting them know, like, my head hurts.
And the cops are not
yeah,
listening.
they're not having it, bro. Because
Yeah.
I think like the gunshot holes are like they're
Right,
small.
yeah,
they're just
here.
like cuts. They look
Yeah.
like cuts.
like defensive wounds.
Yeah.
And so what happened was, it turned out that because they held him so long, because they didn't get him medical, that's why his brain damage caused, and that's why he is how he is.
Man.
And the parents for sure had an open shut case to sue the city, and I mean they would, and they said no. They said no. They just wanted justice served, and they were just happy that their son was alive.
Wow.
Bro,
that's
when I
wild.
tell you that I was just like flabbergasted, obviously by the story, but more so by like the resilience of the human body. That guy got shot directly in the face, right below the orbital. Like, there's no way that guy, and he was alive. There was bullets lodged in his head. When the cops looked at him, they saw the entries, and bro.
Yep.
And it was like, and they caught, so basically the old roommate and the dad of that old roommate they broke in the house, they shot him first, he got knocked out, they killed the girlfriend, and then they left. And so when he woke up, he thought his lady was sleeping because he was out of it. So he didn't know any different. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Dude, did I tell you I had a crazy one? It's
That's
a banger,
nuts.
dude. That's a crazy story. Are you Googling it?
What was that like?
Yeah,
what was that like?
I'm telling you, bro.
What was that like? A&E watch like
Yes,
10 o'clock at night.
I was on
like-
TikTok or something. I was just like, volumes all the way up. I was like, what's going on? You know what I mean?
Crime
Did you see
series.
anything that I didn't say, or was it pretty spot on?
No, I was about to. I can't even find it on
Dude,
on
I-
the internet.
I've seen
Bro,
it before. Yeah, I've
It's
seen what you're
crazy,
talking
Zach.
about.
I'll send you the
That's
video,
nuts.
bro. It's
It's
crazy.
one of those true crime. It's one of them true crime.
and
interviews.
and they solved it. You know what I mean? They solved it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that dude, the people who broke in were playing like GTA in real life. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they got off and they got away for
Yeah.
what they thought was, but no. They caught him
Imagine
for
them
sure.
finding out that he's not dead.
Oh,
They're like, I shot
after-
him twice in the head.
Yeah, I shot him. I shot him in the face, Dad.
Dude
You know
is
what I mean?
walking around
And he
making
answered
food.
the door, bro.
He's so
Yeah.
He
confused.
stood up, answered the
Wow.
door, and explained, "Yeah, my girlfriend's on the she's on the couch taking a nap. Come in." He was hospitable. Well, he should have been in the hospital.
Yeah.
There you go. That was okay. But no, that's my story of the day.
I like it.
It's a banger. You know what I mean? We'll do one
Nuts.
next week. But there's a couple things that we want to talk about this episode. One of the biggest things is probably I think when you were telling me, Zach, it's probably the furthest I've ever heard anybody driving in like a trip. So Zach, I'm gonna give you the A mic. Tell us about this
Yeah.
trip that you just took, because I told you not to tell me anything
Yeah.
before we started recording.
It was pretty awesome. So we took a trip to DC. We flew to DC.
Who's we?
Me, my wife, and then my daughter.
What are their names?
Her name is Regina, and then my wife's name is
George.
Beatrice. And then
Beatrice. Whoa. Okay. Sorry, Beatrice. You kind of messed up your name a little bit. No, I'm just playing. Okay,
yeah.
so Beatrice and Regina.
Yeah, we went to Washington D.C. and we spent a few days in D.C. We saw the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Monument. We got a glimpse of the White House. We tried to go on to Pennsylvania Ave, but it was really blocked off because while we were there, it wasn't near Pennsylvania Ave where the fair was happening, but we were there while the fair was happening, right before July 4th. So there was a lot of weird stuff. I saw so many National Guard members. They had the reflecting pool gated off, so you couldn't walk up to the reflecting pool.
Wow.
It was completely gated off. But yeah, so we saw all of those things, and then we went to the Smithsonian Museum of American History.
Was that cool?
Dude,
It's massive, right?
So there were so many different Smithsonian museums, and every single one, you could spend an entire day in one.
Wow.
An entire day.
awesome.
We saw the hat that Lincoln was shot. The night he died, we saw the hat that he was wearing when he was shot.
Whoa.
They still have it. So that was pretty crazy.
I feel like when I see those things, it like takes me back
Yeah.
to those moments, dude. Like I could feel it. It's like, dude, can
It's
you
nuts.
believe this was in that moment?
That's how it felt
That's wild.
seeing the Lincoln Memorial,
Uh-huh.
and that's how it felt seeing the White House.
Yeah.
it was weird.
It's
'Cause
stuff
you've
we only
seen-
see on TV or
yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah,
you see it all on TV, and you realize when you're in DC, they're all like 3 blocks from each other.
That's
they're
so
all
crazy.
so close.
That's
So
so
then
cool.
we went to the National Gallery of Art, and then the next day we went to the Holocaust Museum, and then we took a boat tour ride
That's
on
cool.
the Potomac.
That's
So that
sick.
was awesome. So then we spent a few days in DC, and then we drove from DC to Cambridge, Ohio one day. Then we drove from Cambridge, Ohio to Nashville, Tennessee. Then we drove from Nashville, Tennessee to Dallas, Texas. And then we drove from Dallas, Texas to Cruces. And
Where was the
so-
best stop? Where was the best stop? Was it
Best stop.
Nashville?
So the most beautiful state we went through was Maryland. Maryland was
I've heard that. I've heard
beautiful.
that.
That's just,
Pennsylvania was beautiful. Can I be real with y'all?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. You know, I have a new least favorite state.
And it
What
is,
is
drum roll, please. Brrr.
What are we doing in Arkansas?
Oh my God.
Where's the camera?
Hey,
Arkansas.
Producer Blue, were you wrongfacts.com, the state of Arkansas, and what they're known for, other than their college football? I think they're known for their college
I don't know
football.
what they're known for, but it's known for me for being the worst.
What was the worst? Like, what made it the worst experience?
So
or
the
what?
worst experience was, first of all, the lack of hospitality that we encountered. The
hate
people
that.
there
Yeah,
were
I do too.
rude as hell.
I hate
And the
that.
roads were horrible. There was nothing to see. I don't want to say too
Well,
much about
maybe they were just
specific
mad
places
'cause
because
the roads.
I don't want to step on anyone. But Arkansas is probably my least favorite state. But Maryland was so much more beautiful than we went over the Appalachian Mountains.
Oh,
We
damn.
went through
during the day, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah. No, no, no. Yeah.
Hold on, Producer Blue,
Yeah,
you got
what's
some
up?
hot facts for us.
So Arkansas is pretty much famous for their mountains and their gorgeous views, and then the diamonds that come out of Arkansas, and then of course their
Football.
sports.
So nothing about the people.
Diving in the rough. You know what I mean? And when we
But
say rough,
It was
we mean
really
rough.
amazing, like going through the country and witnessing the change from like we went over the Ohio River, we went over the Mississippi River, we went through Cincinnati, Memphis, Nashville, we went through Dallas. We you
That's
saw
awesome.
so much. And all in all, it was 2,000 miles, 28 hours of driving, 10 states,
Oh man.
and over the course of about 4 days.
What was a rental?
The rental, like what car?
Yeah.
It was nice. It was a 2026, 2027 Highlander.
Oh, the
nice.
Toyota joints.
So I'll
Those
tell
are
you
those-
what.
Did it have screens?
It
in the
was
back
dope.
seat?
No
Oh,
screens.
okay.
Yeah,
Didn't get hit by Pimp
but
My
it
Ride.
was dope, dude. It was a really good. I was so surprised when I got it because that was a really different thing for me in DC. I picked up the car in DC the day we were going to drive to see
'Cause you
my
guys
brothers.
flew in, right?
We flew in, so
Yeah.
I pick up this random car. I have no idea what I'm getting. And so I get in and I'm like trying to figure it all out. And I've never used a rental before. So that was a new experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, driving in DC was the hardest part. And it was only hard for about 10 to 15 minutes just getting out of DC because when we stayed right 2 blocks away from everything.
That's cool.
We were 2 blocks away from the Department of Treasury. We were two blocks away from the Department of Commerce, just right there in the middle.
Yeah.
So it was an awesome time though.
Did you guys make it to Virginia? Because DMV is pretty close.
We went through Virginia like a little bit,
Okay.
but we really head northwest to see my brothers. I saw my brothers for the first time. What's up, Cody? He watches the pod.
Hey,
Cody? So yeah, we saw my brothers for the first time in almost 10 years.
That's awesome.
So that was great. And then we
Nice.
saw my wife's friend, one of our best friends, family friend in Dallas
Okay.
along the way. And then the last stretch from Dallas to Cruces sucked.
Isn't it like 12 hours?
It is 10 around.
But it probably felt like
But
20.
5 hours of that is nothing.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
just plains.
Oil fields.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I freaking flew, bro. I
Good
was
for you,
going
dude.
so
Good-
fast.
good for you.
But it was awesome, man. It was a great trip. My daughter got to see like the nation and got to see like so much of the country.
That's
And
awesome.
she's at the age now where she'll remember it. And so she'll
Yeah.
look back. Because apparently I did too when I was like 4 or 5, but I don't remember. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah. That's
I-
awesome.
I will say, like, so my son Brutus, he just turned 9, and I think this will be the last year we do like big birthday parties and stuff. One, shit's expensive, but
yeah.
two,
You ain't lying.
I want to gift him with experiences
Right.
versus like
Yeah.
parties and gifts.
I
That's crazy that
agree.
you say that. We just for our daughter, we're gonna be going to Arizona.
Love that.
for her birthday. And honestly, she's barely gonna be turning 4, bro. She's barely gonna be turning
Dang.
4, but we're already over the birthday parties too.
Yeah.
We're 4 kids deep.
She's turning 4?
Yeah, she's turning 4. My
That's
baby girl,
awesome.
my
Y'all never
youngest
met-
daughter's turning
What's
4.
your eldest?
9.
9. Yeah.
9. So yeah, we're to the point where like, you know what, we've been vacationing a lot more lately, thank God. And we're like, you know what, I think the next one's gonna be in November. It's around her birthday. We're like, why not just go for her birthday and celebrate out there? Like, dude, I'm all for that.
Where
Like,
at?
kids?
Love that.
Scottsdale.
Oh, Scottsdale.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, we like to go to Scottsdale. It's our spot.
That's
It's a joint.
sick, dude.
Shout out
I-
Scottsdale. Almost
By the
Scottsdale
way,
peeps.
his youngest daughter, all his kids are great, but his youngest daughter, dude,
It's wild, bro.
she is
It's wild.
Richie through and through. Because there's nothing you could tell that little girl that if she's not wanting that,
She's like pushing
that
a
she'll
lawnmower
accept.
already.
Yeah.
And that's how Richie is.
Yeah,
For as
dude.
long as I've known Richie for going on 15 years, bro. And as long as I've known him, I've never once seen him, respectfully, take no for an answer. Ever. Anything Richie wants, Richie will accomplish. And that little girl is 4 years old. and I say this, and it's a testimony to your guys' parenting, and she is a firecracker of a little girl. I love that little girl. She's awesome. I love all your kids, obviously, but she's hard-headed, bro, just like her daddy. But no, so that's crazy. 2,000 miles.
Yep.
Family, the kids had a good time. Wifey had a great time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Before we switch from it, what was the best food you had?
Oh, dude.
Was it Nashville? Was it Nashville?
was in
I'm waiting to hear
Nashville.
about Nashville.
Bro,
Yeah.
we got barbecue from
Oh, I
this
bet.
place. I cannot remember. But listen, we got it, and wow, it was so good. I was like, damn, if this was in
You
town.
get that drool for you, dog.
I'm like, oh, hold on. Yeah, let me get that.
Baby, pack your
Dude,
bags. We're going to
that
Nashville.
was so good.
I wanna go to
yeah.
Nashville,
There's a
dude.
few places in
I wanna go to
DC
Nashville.
too. Yeah, there's a few places in DC that were pretty, really great. But it's just more expensive out there, you know, in DC. At least Nashville. Like the further we got from the East Coast, the cheaper it got.
Yeah.
And because in DC, the food was expensive. The quality was better, but yeah, you pay for it. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Yeah.
No, Nashville.
So not all Southern is Southern hospitality.
I'm telling you, Arkansas, man. At least my
man.
experience. I only spent, a short time in there. So anyone from
All right, Arkansas. Anybody out here in
Yeah.
Arkansas is gonna cook you, bro.
I love Maryland. Loved Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I went to Nashville once, and the best food I had was at this place called Biscuit Love. Bro,
Ooh.
it was insane.
sounds
Shout out
I,
Biscuit Love.
dude, I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but I've been losing weight. But I would break it all.
I can
would
see
throw
it.
That. I thank you. I would throw that. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I got you, bro.
I would
I can still see it. I got you. Yeah.
I
I can
would
see
break.
that. I see that. Hey, the mic is even sitting closer to you.
The mic's
I would break everything to go either. Like it was. I had Nashville hot chicken biscuits and gravy. It sounds wild, son.
Wait, say that again. Nashville
Hot chicken, biscuits and gravy.
Oh,
goodness.
It was crazy.
Make you want to slap your
No,
mama.
it was
huh?
crazy, dude. I do it.
so good. Makes me want to slap
Yo, mama. Hey, mama. Dude, speaking of slapping random pedestrians, GTA 6 dropped
a good
their
transition.
pre-order. Yeah, they dropped their pre-order a couple weeks ago. I am guilty of buying the
expensive one or
yeah,
what?
I spent 107 on it. Okay.
About to say me too.
Yeah,
I'm
there
right
we
there
go, there
with
we
you.
go.
I'm right there with you.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I will be locked in.
You got a
come
lot of money,
November
Drew.
18th. I don't know about a lot, but not anymore. I mean, we all got
gone.
more money than Zach right now. That's for
You ain't
sure.
lying, that trip, dude.
But dude,
Recovery.
there's mixed reviews about this, right? And you guys were kind of just talking about it. Zach seems a little spirited about this.
I didn't even know this was a thing.
Dude, I'm so excited for GTA 6. And this is why there's very few games other than the game I play with Brutus. It's Fortnite. If y'all want to catch some dubs or some L's playing against us, lock in. But dude, it's like I've always liked GTA 6 or GTA in general because it's the only game that I can play through completion of the storyline. Like it keeps me wanting to play.
It keeps
more.
you,
Yeah, I like
engaged.
it. Maybe it's my immaturity for the violence and it's fun, but
Very much so.
My son, I don't know why well, I guess I do know why it gets such a bad rap, but just
You know what goes on in those games?
yeah, but at the same time,
Come
like my kid's
on.
not about to go on a freaking murder
you-
spree.
Yeah, but he might go pull up to the strip club
For real.
or pull behind the.
I mean,
or he
haven't we
might
all
pull-
gone to a strip club?
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
No. Cross my heart, hope to die.
You
I've
never been to a strip club?
dog.
Dang, that's why he has money.
That's
I was just playing.
Hey man, I just know.
So you didn't even know it was coming out.
I didn't know it
It's
was coming
like
out, but
the
don't get me
biggest
wrong,
thing
I
on the
play
internet for
GTA
like a week.
and I would love to play GTA, so I'll probably go over to your crib and play
Come.
because
Right.
I ain't got the money to
Pull up.
No.
Okay. Zach,
Is
what
it on Nintendo Switch? I'm sorry. Is it on
I
Nintendo
don't know.
Switch?
No,
I got it on the
I
PS.
doubt
He's
it.
like, is it on?
don't know.
Is it on N64? No. Is it on Gamecast?
You got this shit on Gamecast?
No, dude, it's not on Gamecast. Richie is on PS5.
Sorry,
It's
dog.
2026.
I'm new to all this.
And I don't even think it'd be on the Switch 2. I think it's
No.
too big.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like the Switch is.
That's part of the conversation.
Yeah, you can play Fortnite on that, John, but that's about, I don't
No,
know.
you can play GTA on the Switch.
GTA 5, you can.
You can play GTA on the Switch.
I didn't know that. I had no idea.
Look it up. Look it up, Blue.
Wrongfacts.com, producer Blue. And while you
I
look
mean,
that
and
up,
you can keep looking at me funny, and if I'm wrong, but let's see if let's see.
so why are you so spirited about this, Zach? I gotta know.
What I'm mostly mad about, right, is first of all, have you guys heard the news about the ending of the physical disc that
Yeah.
they're going to be releasing? That to me is the most ridiculous thing ever. I feel like that's horrible for the gaming
Yeah,
industry. I
same.
feel like that's horrible for the media industry. That's horrible for all
Same.
industry.
Okay.
You should be able to physically own your everything.
Your
Yes.
Your music, your movies, your games.
I'm with you on that
Art.
100%, bro.
You know
And
what
I
I mean?
barely found that out.
Yeah,
What's
what's
up,
up?
producer Blue?
All right, so Richie is right.
Oh,
But there's a huge ass but.
Big ass.
Everybody hates fucking playing it on the Switch. Everybody named Mama
That's
hates
a
it.
1-star.
Like
one-star
literally.
review.
So nobody would ever
Richie's
play it
the
on
only
the
one that
fucking
gave it a
Switch.
5-star review, bro.
I love this shit. This is my game.
I don't even play video
That's why it works
games.
so good for you because everybody else gave up on playing it.
He the only one in the server.
Yeah, you're the only one running it.
I don't even play video games, so my bad.
I get, like, I understand. This is what I understand, like, the uprising.
Spend
of
my whole week's
not
paycheck
having
on a
it.
video game real quick.
All right. Dude, if my week's paycheck was 107, we'd be in some real dirt right now, okay?
This camera sold. This camera
yeah,
sold.
dude, podcast is gone. No, but I understand the uproar of it, right? But there's music that they still produce. When's the last time you bought a CD? Because you just said music
I
we
was
should be
about
able
to
to
say,
own and all this. No,
often.
You buy CDs still?
I buy. So I have a vinyl collection, DVD collection.
I'm not
CD.
talking about vinyl. I'm talking
CD.
about the new.
CDs are going to
Like,
end up
Who's your
being
favorite
vinyl.
artist? Like, let's say there's an artist of today. Who is it?
Holy smokes! Put me on the spot
Just
here.
name
I don't-
anyone.
I don't know. Let's say.
Say like Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
There, oh,
There you
look at
go.
that.
Hey,
Okay.
me and you.
When's the last time you went to a store to buy a Taylor Swift album? And I'll wait.
Not too long. Wait, you mean like CD or vinyl?
A CD,
Oh,
not
okay.
a vinyl. Vinyls are.
Yeah.
I
saw
did.
vinyl
I did buy the
yesterday.
vinyl. I
Of
did
course
buy
you
the
did.
vinyl.
Yeah, I have
most
vinyls in
recent.
my office,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I like that for the nostalgia.
Right.
I don't have a CD player. I think my
I do have a CD player.
I think my well, of course I know you do.
Yeah, yeah.
But do you do it because of the nostalgia or do you do it because of the convenience?
I
'Cause
do
you-
it because of the possibility of it being restricted from me. That's why I do it.
Yeah, dude. But then put tinfoil on your windows too. Like that's listen.
Can I give you a real world example of this? This is a real world
Oh
example.
my god.
Oh my god, what?
Let me hear
It's
your
a
real
real
world example.
You guys
about
like movies?
How the man is punching down.
You
on
guys like movies?
Yes, we
Do you
love
like The
movies.
Sandlot?
Yes.
Go watch it on Disney Plus right now. They shortened it
Why?
because they cut out parts of it that they felt were too long for the theme of the movie. So they shortened the movie. So there might be aspects of the movie that you personally enjoyed that they literally slashed. And there's nothing you can do about it if you don't own the DVD for it and to watch the way it originally came out. Because now it's only streaming on one thing.
So you're saying that you.
he's hit you with some
So you're saying you
fucking-
can't go buy a DVD, a Sandlot DVD anymore?
You can buy the Sandlot DVD, but now you're physically owning it. So that's what I'm saying with back to what we were saying with GTA.
Yeah.
With them not releasing a physical thing, they can restrict you from playing it.
They can
change
update
it however
yeah,
they want. They can
change it, yeah.
change anything they want
So
to.
Blue, were you
very valid,
wrongfacts.com the budget for GTA 6? How much they spent on this?
What does that
I'm
mean?
gonna
Man,
get back to
that's-
this.
I'm
gonna get back
a
to it.
prediction. I think it's got to be maybe $500 million, right? Like
I'm
in the hundreds of
assuming
millions. In the hundreds
I
of
got the
millions.
answer right now.
What is it?
Exceeding over $1 billion.
Okay, let me ask you this question as a person who is fiscally responsible, okay? If you had a budget and in that budget, you either had to limit the quality of the product you're building or do something that wouldn't take away from the quality of that product, which one would you pick?
Wouldn't take away.
Wouldn't take away. I think, and I could be completely wrong, that they cut that budget of discs, of physical discs, because it allowed them to continue keeping the quality of the game. That's my thought.
And my thought is, though, it sets a precedent. What you're doing now is now you're making it to where it is normalized for that type of behavior to happen across an industry. With a game success as big as GTA 6, to now, we don't have to release physical discs anymore. Now we're all switching to digital, cutting costs even more. And now you will own nothing, and you will enjoy owning nothing. And I can remove that from you whenever we want.
Yeah, and you'll enjoy
So is
it
there-
how we want to.
But is there like some sort of proof that says that that's what's going to happen, or is this just an assumption in your
That's an
mind?
assumption of patterns that always happen.
yeah.
Like once things are set like that, that's how it always goes.
You experienced this yourself, like you.
We've experienced it as
I feel
consumers.
like that Sandlot example. I didn't even know that
I didn't
that
either.
happened.
They can change. Yeah, when
But
they
that kind of bums me out
if
because I
they
love the
stream-
Who's
Sandlot.
they?
Exactly.
You keep saying they. Who's
streaming
they?
services, big businesses, big companies, corporations
Who
you know,
own the movies?
Yeah.
Like who
they own the rights
to the films?
Yeah. Now I can change it however I want. And if you don't
Makes sense,
physically
dude.
own it,
Well,
It's all Hollywood.
this kind of helps me get into the next subject. So this is good. I put out an album, right? And it's been out for a
Hell
couple
yeah.
weeks now. It's doing good. I'm not doing Blue numbers yet, but we're in the thousands for the unit. No, Blue does numbers, dude.
Yeah.
I
But
have seen that,
We're
yeah.
in the thousands for the unit. A couple thousand already, and it's been a couple 2 weeks, I think, at this point. I will say this. As a creator who puts his stuff out digitally, there's no way for me to take that down, edit, and then re-upload. I mean, there is, but you got to delete the whole project. You lose all the numbers for that project, and then you put it back up.
So what you're saying is once something's out, it's out for life.
I mean, go ahead, Blue. What were you going to say?
So I was about to say, so actually, when it comes to certain songs like that, if you have your original UPC code that whenever you're like putting out a song, if you at least put that back on there, then it'll act like everything was still there.
I didn't know
the
that.
whole
You
entire
just
time.
you just actually learned me something. I like that because I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, well, let's get a little deeper then. But by the way, Sad Boy Hours is right now all streaming platforms. Go do it. There won't be links in the bio, but check it anyways. You use Fully Lacking at checkout, you get a hard copy. Yeah. But with YouTube videos, because you've uploaded some yourself and I have too, and I upload the pod, I still don't know if I have the capability to go onto the pod, cut something out, and then leave it there. Like I don't. That's the one thing I don't know. I don't think you can. So what leaves me kind of perplexed is like, how are they doing it?
because I'm not obviously I'm not in the industry.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
I'm
Let me
not,
tell
I'm
you
not
how.
sure
I
the
know.
logistics of how they do it. Right.
What's up,
Drew's
Blue?
trying to like twist
I have an
you up.
idea.
Well, tell me how they do it.
So I'm thinking like, of course, the movie comes out, right?
Yeah.
We have the DVD, we have all the services right there. But before it comes onto the streaming platform itself, then because you know how sometimes we'll get director cuts and we get all that other stuff, but it's in the DVD. It's the same thing, but with streaming services, they would just cut it to fit however Zach was saying it, and then put it on the streaming service because at that point they pretty much already can digitalize it. So then they can just go back into the movie and just say, all right, let's edit this out. Let's edit this out.
Yeah.
Or because you need it some type of digitalized
That's a good
before you
point.
put it on streaming services.
And
It's
now
not
here's
like-
what I'm saying, right? So you've created your album, right? Now let's say someone went into your album and they decided, hey, this part that Drew's saying right here, get rid of that. Against your creative decision, because you made a creative decision to make that, just like the director had a creative
Like
decision.
I would have had to sell the royalties or whatever.
Right.
You're basically saying so I would have to give creative control to somebody else, probably in exchange for a monetary amount.
Almost, yeah.
Isn't that what they did to Disney?
I'm not sure with I'm
No,
not
I
sure with that
think-
specific movie
I
or
think
what
what
the deal
happens is when people put out the movie, if it's not self-funded, then those people don't own the rights to it. So I don't think it was ever a conversation of, oh, they did this without my permission. No, because you gave them your permission when you went into business with them, right? Now, obviously, this is an extreme because I'm kind of confused why they would do that to The Sandlot, but not The fucking Godfather. Those movies are 3 hours long. I'm okay if you cut a couple things out, dude. Those long fucking scenic scenes.
Once again, no,
but-
you're setting a precedent when you let someone do that.
But listen,
you know what I mean?
The precedent is hurting you
The
as
precedent
the
is
viewer.
harming. Yes.
Yeah.
How? What is it doing?
Well, let's say-
I
You're
feel like, I
oh,
feel like you get
wait.
we get like one version of something, and what if you really like that version, and then they just decide to take that version away?
I mean, we're consumers. That's part of it,
If you
right?
hated the background of a part of the Mona Lisa, you're gonna go over there and smudge it because you don't like the way that
They
it
do
looks.
that all the time. They do it all the time. Yeah, what's up, brother?
I
Talk to
could have
us.
sworn that they did the same thing with like Avengers Endgame, where whenever it came out in the movie, and I remember this movie by heart because I've seen it like 5-6 times. I remember like the ending of like Captain America between like the fight from him and Thanos and all the way to where he became old. Like certain scenes were definitely taken out of whenever you go back and watch it in Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And I'm not sitting there like, oh my God, I wish they would have had that scene right there. Or like, I mean, I don't know.
'Cause
I'm a different person.
I think you're of the higher percentage that don't even notice. But there is
I
people.
did notice though.
Yeah, but that don't care is what I mean.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
obviously there's people like Zach and many people like you who are like, no, these are my things, or these are my memories, or this is my video to watch.
My thing more so is, how do you think the whole entire team that made that movie feels about that? How do you
Brother,
about
I think that's where I'm like, nah, because there's wordy contracts, there's wordy documents that you know what you're getting into. Now, obviously, we were never in a day and age where we thought that the publishing company of a book or the digitalization company that is in charge of streaming these videos were ever going to go into the actual content itself. But these are the risks we take as creators who are using other people's platforms.
Right.
The Sandlot did not produce the Sandlot from Sandlot Productions and distribute it from Sandlot Distribution. They did it from Sony or whoever it was. Sony was always the guy with the finger on the
But
button.
now back to what I was originally saying with
Yeah.
owning it, though. Let's say no one owned the DVD of The Sandlot.
Okay.
And they went, yeah, you know what? We're stopping streaming.
Cut out the fireworks
Cut
scene.
out.
Yeah.
Cut out the whole thing. We're not streaming The Sandlot anymore. And now there's no physical. Now you really
I
wanted
feel like
to,
that's a very good point, though.
like no one else. There's no one that has it. Just like GTA 6. Okay, fine. No GTA 6. We're removing it digitally.
Nobody will ever have it. Nobody would
gone.
ever have it. So I feel like that's just like how he's saying it's not just the fact of okay, the Sandlot or the Avengers. Like he could probably think of many movies where he's like, honestly, yeah, before that, take some scenes out.
Yeah.
You know, The Godfather, take some scenes out. But
Shazam with Sinbad.
If you set the
Seen it.
precedence like you're saying, then you're kind of like setting it up because then there's a domino effect that comes after that.
Yeah.
You know, not only are we all right, we're taking away the physical copy, but what came after we took away the physical copy of the DVD? No more Blockbuster. No more jobs.
Yeah.
No more storefronts.
Yeah.
You know, so
No,
then it goes down the same line of the video games.
Yeah.
You know, so no more GameStop. You know, that's not going to be a thing or whatever the case
You're
is.
not
Everything's
wrong.
going to digital. So you just set this to where it's like you're just kind of like, in my sense, you're just chopping your nuts off and handing it over, right? You're just handing over like all your rights to anything. You're like letting them know like so because eventually you give an inch and they're going to take the mile.
Well, that's what they're doing. For
Exactly.
Sure. What were you gonna say?
So I honestly like I feel like after hearing all of this, I definitely agree with Richie and with what Zach is saying.
Yeah.
But there was also a thing that Zach said about like the people who worked on the set or something like that. I'm forgetting the exact statement that you said, but I know for at least for everybody who works on the project or anything of that nature, I'm assuming because I don't know, but I'm assuming that they would all get paid for their contribution in that time. It's not like they would keep getting a royalty check every month for just being the sound guy on or on any movie or game or anything like that. So if they do decide to change anything later, you already got paid for it. You know, you already signed, like how Drew was saying, they already signed the royalties, the licensing, and all that other stuff, and you already got paid for it. You can't really be mad. I mean, consumer-wise, yes, you can definitely be mad.
Consumer-wise, for sure.
Absolutely. But as of production and being in the thick of it while making it, you can't really be mad when the job is already done and you already been paid for your job.
Okay, I that's a good point. And then to that note, though, aren't there some actors who still get paid for their shows
Actors
that are
for sure.
Yeah, but those are actors though. I'm talking about like the low level people, like the ones that are just like sound guys or
dudes, yeah.
like the ones that don't really
The grips,
Yeah,
like the
they're not
grip
supposed
teams,
to
yeah.
be getting paid millions.
Then what if there's like I guess that's a good point. But the actors who do get paid for that, and what if their shows get completely cut off?
There has to be something.
So, you know,
contractual,
because then you're
no,
getting
but-
paid, right?
Yeah, what if that's your one spot?
Unless, yeah,
Yeah.
but there has to no, but when there's royalties involved, there has to be something contractually binding them
Yeah.
to that royalty
keep it playing.
continually,
Yeah.
and unless they offer them a buyout, and then maybe at that point, that's where that
Some money
that
talks.
creative
It's
is like
still
no,
money- it's still
or that
money at the
creative's
end
like
of the day.
yes,
Yeah.
and it's still back on the consumer, right? Because I did ADR work. ADR is like after, and you do audio recordings for scenes that didn't get a good take or they didn't like the vocals. I did it for the Final Destination franchises when I was in Santa Fe, right? And I don't even remember what Final Destination we worked on. I do know we got paid. And if they were to cut out the scenes that we edited and did the retakes on, I remember she was falling out of a bus. I wouldn't be like, oh, there goes all my hard work. And I understand what you're saying. As a consumer, I think you could be more concerned. But wait, do you own the Sandlot?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
don't want to talk to you anymore. You don't get a complaint unless it's something. Hold on.
stop.
No.
Stop.
Zach doesn't get a complaint until it's something that's being physically taken from you specifically. Not in a general consensus. Not like, oh, we're all upset.
I can't
You have to
be
leave. No, you have
upset
to leave the
about-
group because you have nothing to complain about because you own the fucking DVD. If you care about it that much, illegally fucking burn it to disc.
Guess
you
what you're
one of
not
those.
going to own? GTA 6 physically.
I'll own it for as long as I have it.
As long as they let you.
Wait,
As
I'm
long
about to
as
say, also,
mommy and
as-
daddy let you.
As long as PS5.
Who is mommy and daddy?
Load it as long as I own it.
Sony.
So you're telling me right now that Rockstar Games will put all this money
Rockstar.
into it, spend over $1 billion, and then one day there's just be like, nah, hit the button
If
and
they
it's
want-
gone? Why the fuck would
Wait,
they
I was
want?
about to say nah, because you also got to think. I have this other game called Jump Force. The game is literally not played anymore, as the servers are not on. But you can still play the game because I have it digitally downloaded on my PlayStation 4. So in this case of GTA 6, let's say they did do all of that, you would still own the game as long as you
You
have
just
that
can't play
console.
on whatever server. If you're playing online, because once it's physically
No, I was
downloaded
saying-
to
Once
like
that
my
console's
I was
burnt,
saying no server. Like I was saying, like if
Yeah,
they
that's
cut
what I'm
off all
saying.
the servers,
Once you
have
download
to
it-
have that console to be
yeah,
able to play it.
because if you download it to that external hard drive that I'm having to buy because it's such a big,
How much is it? Do you know how big of how much space you need?
like 300 and some gigs.
Oh,
yeah.
my.
It's almost
but
like Call of Duty.
Don't. That's
It's
what I was
like
gonna
Call of
say.
Duty.
It's just like Call of Duty, and I deleted
Duty
all my.
takes that much too?
More.
Absolutely.
They do
way more.
dude. They do
way more.
updates that are in the hundreds of gigabytes. Yeah, it's crazy. I had to delete all my Call of Duty stuff so I can get ready for GTA 6. I'm not even lying, and I did it. Sorry, COD. But how many times can we go to war in these games, bro? Come
I'm
on.
gonna say Call of Duty been lacking.
Yeah,
What about?
but
Yeah,
this is
I
what
haven't
I'm
played
saying.
Call.
As a consumer, right? I get that you're upset, but it's also like when they shut down the Halo servers. You know what I mean? I was heartbroken.
That's a good.
Guess
that's
what?
a
I
good
don't
one.
talk about it anymore though.
Halo.
Till just now, the Halo servers.
That is true.
You know what I mean? In 10 years, are you going to talk about how destructive you've been because of the Sandlot scenes they cut out? No,
gosh.
you're not going to talk
You're
about
not.
it. I understand the precedent, but I'm talking about in real life how badly. Now, if they start if he did a lawn for somebody and then all of a sudden they said no and the lawn is just gone, okay, I get it, because that's tangible. There's my lawn's gone, where'd all my cement go? That's tangible. I can understand as consumers that would be crazy. That's never gonna happen, right? These are all, what's the word I'm looking for? These are all things that we're blessed to enjoy. So in my opinion, I understand it, but at the same time, I'm not gonna be picketing. No, I'm not gonna be out there you guys are sick, give us the discs. No, I'm not gonna do that. You know why I'm not gonna do that? Because it's gonna go away in 5 months and I'm not gonna think about it. You're thinking about this not way too much. You think about what you think about, however much you want to think about it. This is really deep to you though. To me, and I think a lot of people, it's probably not as deep. That's all I'm saying. I can't find the original Reasonable Doubt album that first came out in Hastings in freaking 92, but somebody has it, and I don't think, oh man, what a lucky guy. No, just listen to it on Spotify.
Wait. I gotta give Zach a little bit of credit because even though his thing is about Sandlot, I could say the same thing about One Piece. They're coming out with a little
Here we
remake.
go with this one.
No, hey, be
telling
quiet.
you.
Start
This
getting-
is on the
that's what I'm
subject.
saying, that's
This
what
is
I'm
on the
saying.
subject. This is why I'm bringing it up.
So they don't show One Piece?
God
No,
forbid they
they're
edit
not-
Drake on fucking Spotify.
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
I would say J.
No,
Cole.
that's
I'd be up in
crazy.
arms about
Yeah.
J. Cole for sure.
Watch J. Cole album
I
get
was
Johnny
just gonna
Depp.
say
Like,
that.
I know that part.
God forbid you can't open a real fucking Pokemon card.
now it bothers me.
God forbid you can't open a real fucking pack of Pokemon cards.
There's no way but there's-
Imagine you could just open the Pokemon cards digitally and never own it. You just have it, and then they could just one day take it from you.
Not gonna lie, I kind of do that. You can rip packs on
Oh
an app.
my
And if you like
gosh.
it, they'll send it to your house.
Oh
no,
my gosh.
this is what I'm gonna say. Okay, Zach, I understand your opinion. I understand your position, and I actually respect it. But on the other side, I understand. Fuck it, right? What can we do? Why would we spend? We have spent 20 minutes talking about this, and
We could not spend money on video games.
I know I have to spend money on video games. I love video games. So we'll agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's stupid. I'm just it's hard for me to, even though I understand and rationalize the complaint, it's hard for me to see the real like for me yet. Anyways, if they started doing that with the UFC or something, like,
See,
but no, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But anyways, I don't know, dude. Look, at the end of the day, if we buy something, we should be able to keep it and keep the original way it was made. I get that. But if it's on streaming service, we didn't buy it anymore. Just watch it on the DVD. It's crazy that you brought it up when you have it. You're like, imagine if you can't go out and get the DVD anymore. Well, that would never happen to you. And there's 9% of...
I'm just bringing up an example.
There's 0.01% of people who are just like, man, the Sandlot. Like, there's no way. That are up in arms about the fireworks scene they cut by 7 seconds. No, stop. They're not cutting out when they meet the dude, the neighbor with the dog to get the ball. They're not cutting out these massive scenes, are they?
But the problem is that they do.
They could.
I was about to say, Zach, I get it though. Because
I understand.
If they wanted to, they could. I would say, forget you. We're going to go ahead and cut that scene. And there's nothing you can do about it.
And listen, I am not saying that I don't see your point.
Yeah.
I am just saying that hasn't trickled down to my stream yet. So if it does... I'll let you know. I'll call you up like, dude, you're so right. Oh, the man, bro, and all these. I got you. I understand.
The man,
We
bro.
left you 20 minutes to say that, Drake.
He said, I'll let you know when it comes to Drake and UFC.
Stop saying Drake, dude. It's J. Cole and
Why'd you have to
UFC.
give him all that crap just to say it just doesn't affect me yet?
I don't know.
I agree with you, but it just doesn't affect me yet.
Hey, listen.
It took you that long.
You
to
don't
say
argue
that.
with me.
I agree with you. It just doesn't affect me yet. But no, he wanted to argue with you for 20 minutes.
And I don't even know why. I'm not trying to change your choice on it. Anyways, Boo, you got anything else?
Nah, I'm straight.
Richie?
No.
Zach?
Nothing, my man.
All right.
That was a little attitude behind Richie's
Richie's upset for his attitude. But look, like I say at the end of every episode, go follow us on social media. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Guys, we are a video podcast.
We're
There's
there.
a huge percentage of you guys that just watch us and don't subscribe. We love you, but don't be weird. Click the subscribe button. Ring the bell. We wanna be a family, because I don't have one. But listen, like I say at the end of every episode, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Fully lacking, baby. Peace.
See ya.